The planet Eleanor 3 was quiet and peaceful. Only 78 people lived there. They were settlers from Earth, building a new life far from home. The sky was purple during sunset, and the land was filled with blue grass and shining rocks. People grew crops, repaired machines, and helped each other. It was not an easy life, but it was peaceful. Ravi was one of them. He worked as a technician. He fixed water pipes, solar panels, and broken machines. He didn't talk much. Most people thought he was shy, but he just liked to listen. He spent his evenings looking at the stars, believed the universe was full of mysteries. One night, while checking the power grid outside the colony, Ravi saw something strange in the sky. A silver light was falling fast, leaving a glowing trail behind. It didn't look like a meteor. It was flying too smoothly, like it was controlled. Then it disappeared beyond the hills with a loud boom. Ravi's heart raced, grabbed his scanner, and flashlight jumped on his small rover and drove toward the crash site. The hills were quiet, but the ground shook gently. He reached the place after 10 minutes. There, in the middle of burned grass and smoking dirt, was a small silver ship. It was smooth like glass and shaped like a teardrop. The ship had no windows or markings. Ravi moved slowly, watching carefully. Suddenly, a part of the ship opened with a soft hiss. He stepped back, unsure. From the smoke, a figure crawled out. It was a woman, or something that looked like one. She had glowing skin like moonlight and soft white hair. Her eyes were bright silver, and her clothes were made of fine, shining threads. She was hurt. She fell to her knees, breathing hard. Ravi ran to help her. Are you human?" he asked. She looked at him, then smiled faintly. "No. I speak your language," she whispered. Her voice was calm and soft, but tired. Ravi helped her sit against a rock. Her hands were cold but gentle. "Why are you here?" he asked. She looked into his eyes. "Let me stay here," she said, "and I'll give you what no human woman can." Ravi was shocked. He didn't understand what she meant. "You're injured. We should take you to the colony, doctor," he said. "No, they will not trust me. Please hide me." "Just for a while," she said, her eyes pleading. "My name is Alari. I am not your enemy." Ravi hesitated. He was just a technician, not a soldier. But something in her voice felt honest. She was afraid, not dangerous. He nodded slowly. "All right, I'll take you to my workshop. But you have to trust me too." She nodded weakly. Ravi helped her into the rover and covered her with a blanket. He drove back, avoiding main roads. His workshop was a large shed near the power station. Not many people came there at night. He laid her on a soft bench and gave her water. She closed her eyes and rested. Later that night, Ravi returned to the crash site. He carefully scanned the area and found a small device lying near the ship. It looked like a crystal cube, humming with soft blue light. He picked it up and took it back. The next morning, Alari was awake. She sat quietly, watching the crystal cube in Ravi's hands. "You shouldn't have touched that," she said softly. "Why?" "What is it?" Ravi asked. "It's a memory core. It holds feelings, knowledge, and parts of my past. It's dangerous to humans if opened without care." "Are you running from someone?" Ravi asked. Alari looked down. "Yes, my people are gone. I'm the last. Others want this core. They want to destroy all feeling, all memory, to control the galaxy." Ravi frowned. "It sounds like a story from old science books," she said, her voice steady. "And I came here not to fight, but to survive." Ravi looked at her closely. He didn't feel fear, felt curiosity, and maybe a little connection. "Said you can give what no human woman can." "What did you mean?" Alari smiled sadly. "Don't mean love or beauty. I mean something deeper. My kind can share memories directly. We don't speak with words. We show truth. I can help you feel my world, my pain, my joy. That is my gift. A part of me." Ravi stayed silent. He didn't know what to say. Outside, the sun was rising. A new day had begun on Eleanor 3, but something had changed. Secret now lived in his workshop. Above them, somewhere in the stars, someone or something might be looking for her. He looked at Alari again. She seemed peaceful now, but her eyes still held fear. Ravi made a quiet promise to himself. I don't know what's coming, he whispered, but I won't let them take you. The sky over Eleanor 3 was soft and golden as the morning sun rose higher. Inside Ravi's workshop, everything was still. The only sound was the gentle hum of the memory core, glowing faintly on a workbench. Alari sat quietly, her eyes closed. But she wasn't asleep. She was thinking, remembering Ravi stood nearby, watching her with curiosity and concern. He had spent the night checking the device she called a memory core. Its surface was smooth and cold, but it pulsed with energy, like a living thing. He didn't understand how it worked, but he knew it was special. Suddenly, Alari opened her eyes. You're wondering how it works, she said softly. Ravi nodded. Yes. And I'm also wondering if I made a mistake bringing you here. Alari gave a tired smile. You didn't, but I understand your doubt. Who are you really, Alari? What exactly is that thing? She looked at the glowing cube. This core holds not just my memories. It holds the memories of my people, their knowledge, their feelings, their stories, all saved inside. My kind, the Sailory, did not write books. He passed memory through touch. Ravi was quiet. It sounded impossible, but nothing about her had been normal so far. You said you could show me? He asked slowly. Yes, but only if you allow it. It won't hurt, but it will feel strange. You'll see pieces of my life like dreams but clearer. You'll feel emotions that are not yours. Ravi hesitated, then took a deep breath. All right, show me. Alari gently reached out her hand. Her skin was cool and smooth. As their fingers touched, a soft light spread between them. The workshop faded away from Ravi's eyes. He was no longer standing. He was floating. Suddenly, Ravi saw a world with tall glowing trees and rivers of light. He wasn't himself. He was inside Alari's memories. He felt peace, joy, and deep connection with others like her. They touched hands and shared feelings. No lies, no hiding. Every thought was clear and pure. Then the peace changed. Flashes of fire and smoke filled his vision. Strange ships came from the sky, machines with no faces, no voices. The Korathi. They didn't want land or gold. They wanted silence. They destroyed memory cores, cities, families, anything that held emotion. Ravi saw Alari running, hiding. Carrying the core, he felt her fear, her loneliness, the pain of losing everyone she loved, the weight of carrying so many memories alone. Then, suddenly it stopped. Ravi gasped and stumbled back, falling to the floor. His heart raced, and his eyes were wide. Alari looked at him gently, but her face showed sadness. Now you understand, she said softly. He sat up slowly. I felt everything. It was real. It was a small piece, Alari said. You know what? Ravi looked at the memory core. He saw it differently now. Not just a machine, but a treasure of her people. A library of souls. I'm sorry, Alari, he said. No one should go through that alone, she smiled. That's why I asked to stay. I don't want to run anymore.
What?
Later that day, the colony meeting was called. The council had heard rumors of a strange light and crash outside the colony. Some people claimed they saw a silver ship. Others heard the boom during the night. The council leader, a serious man named Harlan, asked Ravi if he knew anything. Ravi stood before them, nervous but honest. I found something last night. Small. Ship. Inside it was a woman, not human. She was hurt. I brought her to my workshop. People gasped. Harlan raised an eyebrow. And you didn't report this to us?
I
wanted to protect her, Ravi said. She's not a threat. A friendly alien just fell from the sky? Another council member asked, doubtful. She shared her memories with me, Ravi said. She's telling the truth. Her people are gone. She's running from machines that destroy life and emotion, and I believe her. The room fell silent. Then a voice spoke up. She's really peaceful. Let us see her, said Mara, the colony doctor. Ravi looked at Harlan, who finally nodded. Bring her in. Later, Alari entered the meeting hall. The colonists stared, amazed by her glowing skin and silver eyes, but Alari bowed her head respectfully. "I come with peace," she said. "I carry the memories of my people. I do not wish to bring war here. I only ask for safety, for a chance to live." "Why us?" Harlan asked. "Because humans still feel," she answered. "You still care? Still hope? The Korathi do not. I thought your kind might understand." And I was right. She looked at Ravi. "Your friend risked much to help me, and now I offer to help you in return." "How?" Mara asked. "I know systems, machines, and medicine far beyond your knowledge. I can improve your life here. I only ask to stay." Council whispered among themselves. Some still had doubts. Others were curious. Ravi could see that the decision would not come quickly. That night, back in the workshop, Alari sat beside the memory core. "You changed today," she told Ravi. "I just saw the truth," he replied. "Many people fear what they don't understand. But you look deeper." Ravi gave a small smile. "You said you'd give something no human woman could. I thought it was just a strange line, but now I know." "It wasn't love I offered," she said gently. "It was understanding." Ravi nodded. Outside, the stars filled the sky once again. But this time, they didn't feel so far away. Somewhere out there, danger still waited. But so did hope. 3 days had passed since Alari arrived on Illinois 3. The colony was still quiet, but there was tension in the air. People whispered about her in the halls and shared quick looks when she passed. Some were curious. Others were afraid. Alari stayed mostly inside Ravi's workshop. She spent her time repairing broken tools, improving solar panels, and quietly studying the colony's systems. She never asked for much. She never complained. Ravi noticed her kindness. Right. She fixed the old water purifier that hadn't worked for months. She repaired small communication towers that were weak for years. Even the crops grew better after she made changes to the farming bots. Still, not everyone trusted her. One morning, Ravi entered the workshop and saw Alari staring at the sky through a small window. "Are you all right?" he asked. "No," she whispered. "They found me." Ravi froze. "What do you mean?" She pointed toward the sky. Ravi followed her gaze. His heart sank when he saw it. A blinking red dot was moving across the sky, a signal from the colony's long-range scanner. It was tracking something. Ravi ran to his console and opened the scan feed. "A ship," he said. "Unknown type. It just entered orbit." Alari's voice was calm but heavy. "It's the Korathi." Ravi looked at her. "You're sure?" "Yes, they hunt by signal. I turned off my beacon, but when I opened the memory core to share with you, they felt it. They are coming now." Ravi clenched his fists. "Can they attack us from orbit?" "No, they will send scouts first. Small machines, fast and silent. They will look for me." Ravi thought for a moment. "We have to warn the council." But Alari grabbed his hand gently. "They will panic. They fear me now. They will fear me more after this. We must be careful." Later that day, Ravi spoke with Mara, the colony doctor. She was one of the few who had started to trust Alari. "The ship is real," Ravi told her, "and Alari says it's dangerous." Mara listened carefully. "Then we need a plan. And we need to tell Harlan." That evening, the council met in secret. Ravi, Mara, and Alari were there. "The Korathi are emotionless machines," Alari explained. "They fear one-thing connection. That's why they destroy memory cores. That's why they hunt me." "Why would they come here?" Harlan asked. "We have nothing they want." "You have me," Alari replied. "And you have memory now because of the link I made with Ravi?" The room fell silent. "So what do we do?" one of the council members asked. "We defend," Harlan said. "This is our home, or we have no weapons for a real battle," Mara reminded him. Ravi stepped forward. "Then we must be smarter, not stronger." The next day, Ravi and Alari began preparing the colony. They used old mining equipment to build trap spits, flash emitters, and EMP bursts. Alari reprogrammed small robots to act as guards. Ravi upgraded the power grid to control lights and doors remotely. Every colonist helped. Even those who feared Alari couldn't ignore the coming danger. As night fell, the signal from the sky grew stronger. "They'll land soon," Alari said. Ravi looked at the stars and nodded, then let them come. Just before dawn, a soft humming filled the air. A small, Korathi scout ship landed beyond the farms. 3 tall, thin machines stepped out. They moved without sound, their bodies made of dark metal and glowing lines. They scanned the land with red eyes. Ravi and Alari watched from the roof of the workshop, hidden behind solar panels. "They're searching," Alari whispered. "They can smell memory, like a scent." "They won't find you," Ravi said. "Not today." With a silent signal, Ravi activated the first trap. A bright flash of light blinded the machines. One of them stepped into a pit and fell. Another was caught by an EMP burst. Its body froze and dropped. But the third one escaped and ran toward the workshop. Ravi jumped down and blocked the door. The machine charged. Alari stepped beside Ravi and lifted her hand. A pulse of soft blue light flowed from her fingers. The machine stopped, its red eyes dimmed. Then it slowly dropped to its knees, shaking. "What did you do?" Ravi asked. "I gave it a memory," Alari said softly. "Just one, a happy one, a moment from my world." The machine let out a strange sound, like wind through metal. Then it stopped moving. "You can't handle emotion," she explained. "It breaks them." The attack was stopped. But Alari looked worried. "This was only a scout group. The real threat is still above us." Ravi nodded. "Then we need to be ready." Later that evening, Ravi looked at the stars again. The blinking red dot was still up there watching, waiting. Alari sat beside him. "You risked everything for me," she said. "You helped us too," he replied. "We're not just protecting you, we're protecting all of us." She looked at him with kind eyes. "This is why I came here. It's not for safety, but for something more. I've lived among many species, but humans. You still care, even when afraid. That is rare." She gently touched the memory core. "And now, they know that humans are not weak. You remember, you protect, you feel." Ravi looked at the horizon. "Let them come," he said. "We're ready." The colony on Eleanor 3 was no longer calm, since the Korathi scouts had arrived. Everyone knew something worse was coming. People worked day and night, building defenses, checking power systems, and preparing shelters. Fear was there, but so was unity. Ravi and Alari stood on a small hill near the colony gate. From there, they could see the farms, the water station, and the watchtower. "They are waiting up there," Alari said, pointing to the sky. "They will not leave until they get what they came for." "And what if we give them nothing?" Ravi asked. "We'll take everything instead," Alari said quietly. Ravi looked down at the memory core in his hands. It was glowing brighter than before. "Can this help us?" he asked. Alari nodded slowly. "Yes, but it is not simple. The core can send emotional waves, strong enough to confuse and disable the Korathi." But what?" Ravi asked. "It is dangerous. If not controlled, it could affect humans too. It could cause confusion, sadness, even madness." Ravi's grip on the core tightened. "Then we need to learn how to control it." Inside the workshop, Alari placed the core in a small machine she built from colony parts. Wires connected it to a monitor, and lights blinked in strange patterns. "This device will focus the memory signal," she explained. "But it needs a guide, someone connected to the core." "You mean someone like you?" Ravi asked. "Yes, or someone who has touched the core deeply." "Like you," she said, looking into his eyes. Ravi felt nervous. "I'm not like you. I'm just a technician." "You're more than that now," Alari said. "You felt my memories. You understand them. Core remembers you too." Ravi said nothing. He wasn't sure if he was ready, but he also knew they didn't have time. Later that day, the long-range scanner beeped again. The Korathi mothership was moving closer. The blinking red dot was now just above the atmosphere. The colony's warning alarm rang through every building. Harlan called an emergency meeting in the central hall. Everyone came: farmers, engineers, children, elders. Fear was on every face. "We need to make a choice," Harlan said. "We can fight, but our weapons are few. We can run, but they may follow. Or we can give them what they want." All eyes turned to Alari. She stood slowly. If I leave, they will go. But they will also come. Back for you, for others, for more memory. If we stop them now, here, they may never come again. Some people looked away. Others nodded. Ravi stepped beside her. We have a way. A signal that can stop them, but we need time to use it. Then we give you that time, Harlan said. We will. Hold them off as long as we can. Night fell. The stars shone like cold diamonds in the sky. Then the darkness broke. A large shadow passed over the colony. The Korathi mothership had entered the atmosphere. It moved slowly, like a giant whale in the sky. No sound came from it, but lights flickered across its surface. Then, small ships began to drop from its belly. Sleek, black machines that flew. Like birds of steel, they spread out, heading toward the colony. The battle had begun. The first wave hit the outer fields. Korathi bots landed and began scanning. They broke fences, cut power lines, and marched forward. The colonists were ready. Flash bombs exploded, blinding the machines. Drones attacked from above. Mining carts filled with rocks crashed into them. It wasn't high-tech, but it worked. Ravi and Alari stayed in the workshop, setting up the core's signal. Alari connected wires, adjusted energy flow, and watched the pulse level. We are almost ready, she said. How do we know when to activate it? Ravi asked. When the machines reach the center of the colony, the closer they are, the stronger the effect. Outside, the battle grew louder. Sparks flew in the air. Smoke rose from burning machines and broken buildings. People ran and shouted, but they did not give up. Ravi felt helpless sitting inside, but Alari placed a hand on his shoulder. You are doing your part, she said. Without you, this signal is nothing. Suddenly, the lights flickered. They're attacking the main power grid, Ravi shouted. If we lose power, the signal won't reach full strength, Alari warned. Ravi jumped up. I'm going. I know that system better than anyone. He grabbed his toolkit and ran toward the power station. Alari stayed behind, guiding the memory cores. Energy. She sat near it, eyes closed, breathing slowly.
Oh.
The core began to glow even brighter, like a heart filled with light. At the power station, Ravi found wires cut and panels sparking. He worked fast, connecting backup lines and switching. Circuits. Just as another drone flew overhead, he finished the job. Lights returned to full strength. Back at the workshop, Alari saw the signal reach 100%. She smiled. Ravi returned, breathless. It's working. Then let's begin, Alari said. She placed her hand on the core. Now your turn. Ravi slowly touched the other side. Lights surrounded them. The core began to pulse. Twice. Then faster. A wave of energy burst from the workshop. It spread across the colony like a silent storm. The Korathi machines paused. Their red eyes flickered. Then they screamed, not with voices, but through their bodies. They shook, dropped their weapons, and staggered. The wave was full of emotion, joy, sorrow, peace, love. It was everything they had never felt. They couldn't handle it. One by one, they collapsed. The skies went quiet. An hour later, the battle was over. The colony stood strong. Machines lay broken across the fields. The mothership had pulled away, retreating into the sky like a dying star. Inside the workshop, Ravi and Alari sat in silence. You did it, he said. No, she replied. We did it. The memory core dimmed slightly, now calm. Alari looked at Ravi with soft eyes. I came here hoping to survive, she said. But now, I have something more than survival. Ravi smiled. So do we. The sky over Ilinor 3 was clear again. The great Korathi ship had disappeared. The smoke was gone, and the machines lay silent across the fields. The battle was over, but the memory of it remained in every heart. Ravi stood beside the broken gates of the colony, looked at the burnt ground, the damaged buildings, and the people helping each other. How children carried tools, elders gave water, and the injured were taken to safety. There had been fear. But no one ran. They had stayed. They had fought. Together, behind him, the doors of the workshop opened. Laurie stepped out slowly, holding the memory core. Its light was softer now, no longer pulsing wildly. It looked peaceful, as if it too needed rest. She walked to Ravi. "The signal worked," she said quietly. Ravi nodded. "It saved us." "No," she said with a small smile. "You saved yourselves." The signal was only the voice. The heart behind it was human. Ravi looked at her. Didn't speak, but he didn't need. Two, they both understood. Later that day, the council met again in the central hall. Everyone came, just like before. But this time the mood was different. There was no fear, only pride and hope. Harlan stood at the front. His arm was in a sling. But his voice was strong. "The Korathi have left our skies. They learned that we are not weak. We may not have great weapons, but we have something stronger. Each other." People clapped softly. "Many of us had doubts," he continued. "But Alari came here not to destroy, but to share. She helped us survive. And now we must decide what comes next." All eyes turned to Alari. She stepped forward and placed the memory core on the table. "My mission was to protect this," she said. "It holds the voices of my people. But now, I wish to do more than protect. I wish to build. With you." "Build what?" someone asked. "A future," she said. "One where memory is shared, not hidden. One where no machine can take away feeling again." There was silence. Then Mara, the colony doctor, stood up. She saved lives. She brought knowledge. And she asked for nothing in return. "Say we let her stay." Others began to agree. "She fixed my farm drone. My son wouldn't be alive if she hadn't guided us through the attack. She taught us how to think bigger." Harlan raised a hand. "Then it's decided. Alari stays not as a guest, but as one of us." Applause filled the room. Alari looked down, quietly moved. For a moment she said nothing. Then she whispered, "Thank you." As the days passed, the colony began to heal. Alari helped rebuild systems, taught colonists new methods, and added memory-sharing tools to the learning center. Children used special headbands to learn through emotions, feeling peace while studying stars, feeling joy while learning science. But it wasn't just tech that changed. People started to listen more, speak with more care, and understand each other better. The memory of the battle had taught them something, that emotions were not weaknesses, they were strength. One evening, Ravi sat outside the workshop with Alari. They watched the stars silently.
"Something still bothering you?"
she said gently. Ravi sighed. "I've been thinking." The Korathi. They retreated. "But what if they come back? What if they send more?" Alari nodded. "They might. But now they know Earth's people are not easy to break." "I felt something else during the signal," Ravi said. "When we sent out that emotional wave, I saw more than your memories. I saw others. Other minds out there, different, watching." Alari looked at him with surprise. "She connected deeper than I thought. That's possible." The signal was powerful. "Do you think they were listening? Other species?" he asked. "Maybe, and if they were, they will come. Some in peace, some with questions, some with fear." Ravi sat back. "Then we need to be ready. Not just to fight, but to speak, to share." Alari smiled. "That's the human heart. Not to conquer, but to connect." The next morning the scanner beeped again. A single small ship was approaching. Its signal was weak, but not Korathi. It was different, slow, gentle, curious. Ravi, Alari, and Harlan watched the data on the screen. "It's not a threat," Alari said. "They heard the signal. They want to talk." Ravi looked at Harlan. "Should we open our doors?" he asked. Harlan thought for a moment, then nodded. "We didn't come to Illinois to hide. We came to grow. Others want peace? They'll find it here." Alari touched the memory core. "Then we begin something new today," she said. "A path not just for humans, but for all who remember." As the sun rose higher, the colony prepared for its first peaceful visitor from another world. This time, they were not afraid, and as Alari stood beside Ravi, she whispered the words once more, not as a promise, but as a truth already fulfilled. I gave you what no human woman could. Not because I am alien, but because I carry many lives, many hearts, and now, yours too. Ravi looked at her, and we gave you something to home. The colony on Illinois had changed. The people were stronger now, united by the battles they had faced and the memories they shared. Alari stayed with them, teaching, helping, and healing. But the threat from the Korathi had not disappeared. The blinking red dot was back on the scanner, this time bigger and closer. Ravi stood beside Alari on the hill, watching the sky grow darker. The stars twinkled above, but the air was tense. They're coming, Alari said softly. Ravi nodded. And this time, they bring a fleet. The motherships appeared slowly, like giants sliding through the atmosphere. Their black holes reflected the light of the two suns. The colony's alarms sounded again, louder and more urgent than before. Harlan gathered the people in the central hall. This is not a fight we can win with tools alone, he said, but we can win with our hearts. Ravi looked at Alari. She carried the memory core carefully, like a treasure. The core can send a signal, she said, but it needs a guide who understands its power completely. Ravi swallowed hard. He knew what she meant. You want me to do it? She nodded. You feel the memories, the pain, the hope. You are the link. The people began preparing for battle, but this time they were not alone. As the Korathi fleet neared, bright lights appeared beyond the colony's horizon. Alien ships smaller, faster, and colorful came to join the defense. They were different species, some with smooth scales, others with wings, but all united against the machines. Ravi felt hope growing. The battle began in the sky. The alien fleet clashed with the Korathi ships, energy beams and pulses lighting up the dark clouds. On the ground, the colony's defenses held the machines back. Inside the workshop, Alari connected the memory core to a new device. The core's light pulsed faster like a heartbeat. Ravi sat beside her. How long can it last? As long as I guide it, she said. But it will drain me. He reached for her hand. Then let me help. She smiled sadly. It's not safe for you? Ravi shook his head. I have to try. Together, they placed their hands on the core. A warm light surrounded them. Memories and feelings flowed between them and through the device. The signal spread through the colony, beyond a wave of hope, peace, and courage. The Korathi machines in the sky and on the ground began to falter. Her cold, empty eyes flickered. With confusion, the weapons dropped, and their movements slowed. The alien allies pressed forward, taking advantage of the moment. But the core's light grew weak. Lari's eyes closed as she struggled to keep the signal alive. Ravi stood. Need to rest? No, she whispered. Only one can stay connected. You must stay. He looked at her, afraid. I don't want to lose you. You won't, she said. I will always be with you in your memories, in your heart. With that, Alari slowly pulled away. Ravi remained, his hands still on the core. The light exploded outward in a final, brilliant wave. The Korathi fleet was overwhelmed. Machines shut down, their threat ending. The sky cleared. Silence returned. The colony stood victorious. Ravi felt warmth in his chest. He knew Alari's spirit was with him, a light shining inside. The last stand was over, but the story of hope and connection had only just begun. The skies above Illinois were calm again. The stars shone brightly in the clear night, as if celebrating the end of a long battle. The colony had survived. More than that, it had grown stronger, united by courage, hope, and friendship. Ravi stood. Outside the workshop, looking at the quiet landscape, the memory core rested safely inside, its light soft and steady. He could feel Alari's presence in the gentle glow, a reminder that she was still with them, even if not in body. Alari's Sacrifice had saved them all. Her light had pushed back the darkness and opened the path for a better future. Inside the colony hall, people gathered for a celebration. The air was filled with laughter, music, and stories. New friendships formed between humans and the alien visitors who had come to help. The colony was no longer just a small group of settlers. It was the start of something greater. Harlan stood at the front, his voice warm. Today we honor those who fought, those who gave everything for this home. We honor Alari, who showed us the power of connection. Mara, the doctor, added, her gift was not just technology or memory. It was hope. And that hope lives in all of us. Ravi stepped forward, feeling both proud and humble. I want to thank everyone, he said. We faced fear, but we did not give in. We stood together. And we learned something important, that to be human is to feel, to remember, and to protect each other. He looked out at the crowd. Alari taught me that no one is truly alone when memories and hearts are shared. She gave us what no human woman could not because of magic, but because of trust and courage. The crowd cheered. After the celebration, Ravi walked quietly toward the workshop. The door was open, and inside he saw the memory core glowing gently. He sat beside it, placing his hand on the smooth surface. Alari, he whispered, thank you for trusting me, for showing us a new way. The core shimmered softly, like a smile. Suddenly a soft voice echoed in his mind. Ravi, you carry the memory now. Not just mine, but all of ours. He closed his eyes, feeling warmth spread through him. The future is yours to build. Together. Ravi opened his eyes, feeling a new strength. He stood, ready to face whatever came next. Days turned into weeks. The colony rebuilt and expanded. New settlers arrived, drawn by stories of courage and unity. The alien visitors stayed, sharing knowledge and culture. Eleanor 3 became a beacon of hope in the galaxy. Ravi worked with Alari's memory core every day, learning from it and adding to it. It became a living library, a symbol of their shared past and future. One morning, while watching the sunrise, Ravi saw a new ship landing nearby. It was small and simple, but it carried a message of peace and friendship from a distant world. He smiled, knowing the story was just beginning. The universe was vast, full of unknowns. But one thing was clear: when hearts and memories are shared, no one is truly alone. And in that truth, humanity found its greatest strength.